Hey y'all, so today I decided to sit down and make this video because I wanted to address something that has been very prevalent this past weekend. Well, not very prevalent, it's been very prevalent in my own life. Like, first of all, yeah, I actually am bald. I do have a junkie fringe, but like, that's grand. It's all part of the mental breakdown, you guys. So this past weekend, if you follow me on Instagram, you follow me on Snapchat, if you keep up with me on social media, you have seen, or maybe you didn't, but I did delete my Instagram. And I've been getting so many messages being like, why did you delete your Instagram? All this stuff, and people being like, oh, are you okay? And everything like that. So I thought I would just make this video just to address, because I do have a lot of things to say on the topic, and obviously why I deleted it. There was a lot of reasons that I just want to, talk about. I literally grew up with Instagram. Like I've said before, I started my Instagram account when I was literally 11. That's when Instagram came out in 2011, and I had my iPod Touch, 4th generation. I was selfie posting it on Instagram and shit like that. So I'm literally someone who has literally grown up with Instagram. I'm sure there are people who are watching this who are probably 7 or 8 when Instagram came out, which is crazy. But when Instagram came out, I was on that shit. I loved it so much. So I literally have been an active user on Instagram for 7 years, nearly 8 years, I suppose. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I've always been on Instagram, and it's literally been such a big part of my life, especially when in 2016 or 17, when I started gaining followers and becoming an influencer, I guess, which I hate that word, but whatever. That's just what we're gonna call it, you guys. So yeah, I mean, that's just something that I never asked for that. And not that I'm oh, I'm being ungrateful or whatever, but it's I never was oh, I'm gonna become an influencer, or I'm gonna post all this stuff in order to gain followers or become an influencer. This is what I want to do, blah blah blah, all this stuff. I was just posting things mainly on Snapchat. I've talked about this so many times, but yeah, I was posting shit on Snapchat, started to gain a following there, and then just I guess by default on Instagram. So yeah, it is a weird dynamic that me as an influencer would delete my Instagram, because when you're an influencer, you're following on a specific platform. Instagram is literally that's your career. That number and those people are your followers, and if that's gone, you have nothing. You literally don't have anything. Friday, I was I'm gonna delete my Instagram. Just the past, I feel month, Instagram has just been so toxic for me. Just for me, I'm not calling it a toxic platform or anything, because I'm sure there are so many other people who do have a good relationship to it, but for me, it was literally just messing my head so much. I just literally felt I was spending so much time on Instagram. Literally, you can see the screen time on your iPhone now. Instagram was literally accounting for 12 to 15 hours a week. This is my Instagram activity here. So today I've been on it for 1 hour and 5 minutes, which is gas. Last Thursday, which was the day before I deleted it, I spent 3 hours and 39 minutes on it. What? That is just so, literally so bad for, I'm assuming that's awful for my eyes to keep looking at a screen for that long. So yeah, me spending a lot of time on it was a big reason, but I'd say the biggest, sorry, did you just hear me slapping my thigh ew? I'd say the biggest reason was that, I'm not gonna be one of those people who's oh my god, yeah, Instagram is just full of all these fake people who are face tuned and they're setting unrealistic beauty standards. But I would, literally look in the mirror and, this sounds, I don't know how to say this, but, I would look in the mirror and I'd be oh my god, I'm so ugly. Not that I'd be I'm so ugly, but I'd be if I had this influencer's teeth, or this celebrity's nose, who I've seen on Instagram and stuff, and I was doing that so much the past month. Just being oh, if I just had a slimmer nose, if I just had Tana Mongeau's lips and James Charles's teeth and Emma Chamberlain's nose, which I don't want Emma Chamberlain's nose, no shade, but I just don't want it. You can keep it, sis. But I was just changing my appearance in the mirror to match all these people that I've seen on Instagram, and it's not these people's fault, because I'm not going to blame them editing their photos. I just think it's I just can't look at good looking people too much, because I'll literally start to hate myself. I'm sure that there are a lot of other people who do that, but for me it was I was spending so much time on Instagram, and I was seeing these people all the time, and it's just oh my god, they're so perfect, they're so pretty, I'm so fucking ugly, I actually need to shove my head in a fucking garbage can where it belongs. I have to feed my Tamagotchi. Is it just me, or are Tamagotchis way smaller than they used to be? I swear they used to be the size of my hand, but then again, I was 6 and my hand was so much smaller. Anyway, sorry, my ADHD is taking over. And I was just getting caught up in other people's lives so much. And literally, it was happening to me with the fucking Chloe and Jordan drama and all this stuff with the Kardashians and all, following them all on Instagram. I follow Jordan and everything, big mistake. I felt I was just caring about what was happening in other people's lives way too much, and I wasn't focusing on what was happening in my own life. I was literally would lay on my bed and like for an hour just scroll through Instagram, like watching people's stories, like influencers and all being like, oh my god, like the tea with this, like this person being like, oh, my product launch or whatever. And I literally just was like, oh my god, I'm getting so obsessed with these people's lives and their issues that I'm literally not focusing on my own life at all. So all those things combined, spending too much time on it, like hating my appearance because I'm seeing like so many people looking perfect all the time, and also just being caught up in other people's lives so much that I literally can't focus on my own life. All those things combined literally just made me be like, okay, I just need to get off Instagram for a while. And you know, for I guess I suppose like a regular person who isn't like an influencer or doesn't have like a big following, this is like really not a big deal. But for me, like as if I'm like this huge influence, like Jesus, I hate myself so much, but I have like 16,000 followers. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so famous. So I had been thinking all these things for like a month, and then on Friday I was like, okay, I'm going to delete my Instagram. Like I just need to get off the platform for a while. Like I could just delete the app, but like I don't want that. I don't want to be getting notifications, I don't want to be getting messages. I just need to remove myself from the platform. So on Friday night I made the life-changing decision to like log in and temporarily delete my account. So it's only temporary. My account is actually back now because this is actually really embarrassing. I logged in so I could get a picture of like a guy that I went to school with, so I could send it to a girl that I work with because she was like, oh my god, he's so hot. I was like, I know, I have to like screenshot and send it to her. And then I couldn't delete my account again. But then I, like, as I was on Instagram, I was like, okay, this is fine. Like I am having a lot more of a healthy relationship. Even though I literally had 3 days off it, it did me so much good. And that might sound really dramatic. It's like I was literally gone for like how many hours is that? 72 hours or something? But it literally did me so much good. Just having that like break and that like I guess cleanse from social media. But it's also such a strange dynamic. Like on Saturday I went into work and everyone was like, oh my god, you deleted your Instagram? And I was like, yeah, because obviously I still have Snapchat, and I was saying it on my Snapchat. I was like, yeah, I deleted my Instagram, blah blah blah, like it's gone if you're looking for it and you can't find it. I didn't block you, it's gone. And lots of people from work were like, oh my god, are you okay? And I was getting messages being like, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? Like, oh my god, are you okay? And it's such a weird thing that if someone is absent from social media or decides to not be on a certain platform, people assume there's something wrong with them. That's just like such a strange dynamic that, you know, I deleted my Instagram and everyone's like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, is something going on with you? Like, please, you can tell me, you can talk to me. Which I did appreciate. I really did appreciate everybody. I was like, oh my god, people actually care about me. But I just found that so crazy that I was getting so many messages being like, I'm here if you need to talk and all this stuff. And I was like, guys, it's literally like not that deep. Like, I'm not on Instagram. It doesn't have to be like a big drama. I don't have to start going to therapy because of Instagram. I guess I kind of did feel disappointed in myself because I knew that I was letting my followers down in a certain regard. I was like, these people followed me to see my content, to look at my posts, to like see my stories, and even if people are just following me, they don't really care about me, they just follow me, I still did feel like I was like, you know, I'm just leaving these people high and dry. Like I should be giving these people content that they deserve. But I don't know, I don't know, like should I just unfollow everyone on Instagram? But then that's like snaky if I'm just like, yeah, I actually unfollowed you. But honestly, I do think I should just follow nobody on Instagram, because being caught up in people's lives and like looking at people, that all comes from following people. But I don't have a problem when it comes to like posting content. Like that's what I love to do. I love to just make stupid like Instagram stories and all this stuff. It's like literally so dumb, but that's what I love about Instagram. And even like yesterday my parents were like, did you delete your Instagram? And I was like, yeah, I did. Like I needed a break from it, so we just got rid of it for a while. And then they were just like, okay, but that seems pretty dumb, because like your whole like Instagram is a source of income for me, and it does lead to like me doing like sponsorships or like I guess appearances and things like that where I would make money from that. So it kind of was me cutting off, I guess, a source of income. Like by no means is it like my job or anything like that, but I was making money from it. And my parents were just like, would you not like, you know, just keep making money from it? And I was like, my fucking mental health is more important than money, mother. God, mom, I'm 13, I can do what I want. But yeah, so that was just the whole situation. I was just like, I need to get away from this, seriously. And it literally did me so much good. Like, literally after one day of having it, I woke up, didn't check my phone because I had no reason to. I didn't have to go on Instagram to like see what everyone was saying, like what people were messaging me or anything. I literally just got up, made a smoothie, showered, then I like went on my phone, like replied to emails and stuff like that. But I wasn't like, I'm gonna have to hop on Instagram the minute I wake up. But that is like, that's not Instagram's fault that it's like draws me in the morning. That's my own thing. Like, as I said, like I'm not bashing Instagram as a platform, and it is a really good platform. But for me, it's just like, it was literally having a bad effect on me, so I had to fix that myself. I also hate to say it, but I do feel like I was getting caught up in followers for a while. I was just being like, oh, like I haven't gained like an extra number in my following in like 3 weeks, like what am I gonna do? And that's probably the most unhealthy thing, to be like fixating on that. And I know that like your following, like I said this before in my Instagram story, I was like, your following is like literally your worth on Instagram. And my mom actually texted me on Instagram and was like, it doesn't show your worth, it just shows your popularity, like your content shows your worth, which is like such wise words from my mother, but it's actually so true. Like, your following is literally just a number of popularity, and your worth is like what you're putting out, like the content that you're creating, the message that you're putting across, I suppose, is your worth as like an influencer. Even as like, even if you're not an influencer, if you have like 100 followers, even though you might only have 100 followers and your page might not be very popular, what you are putting out and like, you know, providing to people as like a message or a sentiment or anything like that, that's your worth. Oh, also, sorry, I should have said that I also felt like when I was like out with my friends or anything, I'd be like, oh, take an Insta of me. Like, I would literally not be focusing, like if we're at a restaurant or something, I would just be like, oh, we're like, let's get a seat where we can get a good Insta, which, like, I guess that is, like, every influencer does that because you have to get a good photo. Like, that's how you get more followings, that's how you get, like, you know, your impact is bigger and you get, like, more brand deals and things like that. But, like, I don't know, it just was, I felt like I was literally taking over my life. Like, I was just like, we have to go to these Instagrammable places and do all this stuff. But after my 3 days off, I really do feel like I can go back into Instagram with a much healthier outlook on my own page and looking at other people's lives. Like, I feel like I can really detach myself as a viewer and not have to be so involved in their lives. But I guess everyone does do it. Like, people are tweeting about like influencers' lives and like putting it in their group chats and everything, like, oh my god, did you see, like, she said this and she did this and her boyfriend cheated on her, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I just really do think that these 3 days did me so much good, honestly. Like, I'm not even like trying to preach or anything, or like, I just really do think that everybody should have a few days off, like temporarily disable your account like I did and delete the app and just, you know, chill with your own life for a while. Like, you don't have to be on Instagram all the time. So me deleting my Instagram coupled with me getting like my hair cut so short made people literally like, are you actually having a Britney moment? And I was like, first of all, no. I will have my Britney moment when I'm in LA and I can go to the hair salon where Britney shaved her head and I can sit in Britney's seat and use Britney's razor to shave my own head and sacrifice my hair to Britney Spears. I feel like I just got all that out right now, guys. I feel so cleansed. So good. YouTube is actually so therapeutic. Like, this is amazing. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. Like, please comment below if you've experienced something like this. Like, genuinely, I do really want to know. You can also follow me on Instagram if you want, because I do have my account back. So dumb, like, literally makes the point of this video redundant. But yeah, my Instagram account is actually back. So yeah, thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I love you guys. I'm so dumb.